keep going. This makes us 18-0. We're just the third team in Sunbelt Conference history to win 18 games. Euler did it last year, and then Middle went 18-0 when they're in conference. So we're just the third team to win 18 games in conference play in history. So with that, I'll let Coach Boyer make an opening statement.
Well, pleased with this effort tonight. It's interesting how similar it is to what happened Thursday night as well. Of early on, not necessarily the play was perfect, but the effort and intensity was absolutely perfect. Just how hard we were playing. The game plan, so to say, of the players did a great job really focusing on trying to keep it out of their posts, and pressure on the perimeter did a really good job of that. And as with Thursday night, we started to really reap the benefits of it in the third quarter. Of that pressure just continued to wear on them. Thursday night, Texas State scores 8 points in the third quarter. Tonight, 6, and so couldn't be happier for this group in the way they're defending. This week, one of the things we needed to try to really resolve was our rebounding hadn't been very good, and I thought it was just okay against Texas State, but I thought tonight it was pretty good. They still were able to get 10 offensive rebounds, but some of those, were just some bad bounces, bad luck things, plus they got a couple late. So I'm really pleased with the way we defended tonight, and then finished it with doing a really nice job of rebounding.
Coach, how pleased were you with the way this team came out? I mean, obviously there was obvious reasons to be distracted with senior night, and then obviously what's happening on Tuesday. You could easily look ahead to that matchup, but you didn't see that from your team. I mean, a very dominant performance. Yeah,
it was, and we talked about that yesterday in our very short practice. Was this had every makings of letdown. With, just as you said, and I think Matt, you may have asked that the other night or what. But if after the Thursday night that performance and the Little Rockets squeeze, this had every makings of a letdown game. And once again, this group just continues to do what they do. They just they come focused, ready to play, and again, just the pressure, the constant pressure on the defensive end was really good, and it just allowed us, to get some real good spurts of energy that I thought really lifted this team tonight.
Coach, it seems like coming into this season, it seemed like this team may have had more questions than you've had over the last, say, 3 or 4 seasons, and yet this team seems to be on pace to be, one of the best, if not the best, in this program's history. Does it seem kind of strange to you that, with all the questions that maybe you did have, maybe some questions about some personnel and size-wise and things like that, to be performing like this, be 24-3 and 18-0?
I don't think there's any way you could ever, expect a season like this. And your point is well taken. We start out the year, and this is a team that we only have what, 2 returning starters. I know we talk a lot about all our returners, but we were coming into it thinking 3 returning starters, but Jamie goes down and misses, and she just really hasn't been the same. So, but players stepped in and took those starting roles. And then again, what's probably even more important than that, of what the players off the bench that went from very limited minutes that have now increased minutes, that's probably where the biggest surprises have been with this group. And they've played to their style, they've played to their strengths. And today is a perfect example of that. We're not a big team. We have to win with speed and quickness and athleticism, and in all aspects of the game, defense, offense, press break, rebounding, all aspects of the game. We had to use that as our advantage today, and our players did it. They just did a really nice job.
Coach, I was doing some research this week because we've been talking about all the numbers and the records and things, and I saw something that jumped out at me. I didn't even realize it. I don't know if you even realize it, but you're creeping up on 300 wins.
Yeah, I realize it.
Okay.
And let me tell you why I realized it. I knew coming into the year I did take 28 wins, and I thought that'd be really cool. You'd have a pretty good year if you can get 28 wins in one year. That's why I knew it. I could care less about the 300, winning 28 games would be pretty cool.
Well,
I'll
that's what
take
the-
that.
That's the other part I'm gonna bring up, so after you understand.
But we're still, but trust me, we're still a long ways away from that. So you
Yeah.
know, but that's the only reason it would make any difference whatsoever. So.
You look at what your seniors did today, just scoring wise. They shared the ball real well. Kind of a unique effort, I guess, just to have so much on senior day like that.
Yeah, yeah. How about that? If we could have lost in another, we had 5 seniors in double figures. That would have been pretty neat too, huh? Yeah. Again, it's an unselfish group, and now Arlington's style. You need that type of performance. Because it seemed like every possession they're changing to a different defense. They're trapping. They went 1-3-1. They 2-3. They buzzed, trapped out of it. They went man. At one point they face guard. I'd have to go back. They pressed. I'd have to think of the number of different defenses they had. And when you face teams like that, I've always said that a lot of times it takes the coach out of play, because it's tough to set up things because you can't predict what they're getting ready to do. Players have to make plays, and that's why, as I've said all along, this senior group is so good, because every time they changed defenses, we handled it pretty well, and somebody was able to get a wide open shot on those
Coach,
cases.
Do you even? I mean, I don't foresee you even needing to say a word to this team about Tuesday. I mean, do you even have to say anything? It seems like this group is so focused that I don't even think you would have to say a word about this game on Tuesday coming up.
Probably not. I probably not. And honestly, a lot of these games,